No trip to the Bethungra Rail Spiral would be complete without a visit to the Junee Roundhouse Museum. The collection includes signal boards and train tracking sheets, historical artefacts and rooms, model trains, maps and plans of the Bethungra Rail Spiral, and the roundhouse filled with historic trains. Inside the roundhouse, "42 bays, plus the entrance and exit." Imagine that full of coal. That's good. Simulated fire in the boiler. No. That's funny. So this is an old red rattler, and I remember when I was at high school, we'd go to camp. We'd go from Melbourne to Bairnsdale, and we'd travel in a train just like this. 6 per little. Okay, I guess this is a Harry Potter train. And we had foot warmers as well. They were metal foot warmers that brought some kids threw out the train window into the Thompson River. But they got the cane. And the toilet, one of it says no. This one doesn't say no, so obviously you can go here. This is a first class rail carriage. The difference between first class and economy. Yep. An armrest. Why the Bethungra Rail Spiral? So looking at this historic map, you can see the trains from the northern end go up a gentle slope and down a steep slope towards Bethungra, whereas the trains from the southern end face such a steep slope they required a second engine to help them get over the peak, and then that engine had to return to Bethungra. On the top half of this map you can see slope as a ratio, so 100 means 1 in 100, or 1% incline. For freight trains, gradients should be as gentle as possible, preferably below 1.5%. The slope on the northern end is okay, although it does increase towards the peak, whereas the slope on the southern end is between 2 and 2.5%, which is unacceptable for freight trains. To get over a hill and avoid an unacceptable incline, you have to extend the distance travelled. And the easiest way to extend the travel is to do a spiral or loop around the hill. The southbound train travels on the down line, around the hill, and then on to Bethungra. The northbound train travels on the up line. It goes past the hill, under the down line and up line, then around the hill before crossing over the up line, heading north, and then crossing the down line. This is a train track. Not unusual, going through a bit of a cutting. But what is unusual about this specific train track is trains that will travel along that track and that track down below. So what we have here is the Bethungra Rail Spiral, which I'll tell you all about in a minute. So here's a slightly different angle. Now this is the main train line from Sydney to Melbourne, and there are actually 2 tracks. So there's one for the southbound travelling trains and one for the northbound travelling trains. Historically there was only one track, and it caused major delays because the trains going uphill had to go up a 1 in 40 slope, or 2.5%, which means often they needed a separate engine and they were limited in the weights that they could carry. So they came up with the rail spiral. It's one of two in New South Wales. So today I came to see the Bethungra Rail Spiral, which is one of two rail spirals in New South Wales. It's pretty interesting. The south track between Sydney and Melbourne goes one side of the hill, just straight down, but the northern route that comes up, the hill's so steep that coming up the hill it's limited on the weights, so they created a rail spiral, which is a big loop. So it does a 360-degree loop. Then goes up. Anyway, but I'm staying not far from the rail spiral, and I'm here at Bethungra Lake. No, Bethungra Dam.
which is really nice. People out fishing, so you can fish. You're just not allowed to use high-powered power boats. You can use a power boat up to, I think, 8 horsepower. There's a person out kayaking. Really nice. Come here again. Some very noisy rosellas in this street. You don't have to see. Bethungra Dam. Nice little walkway. Thanks, Parks Victoria. Sorry, Parks New South Wales. How rude. Thanks, Parks New South Wales.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go, I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair.
Well, that's it for this week. See you next time.